was frightfully delighted to meet his numerous fans at the con.
They tell me I made their childhood, and they grew up with the magazine. I said, oh, no, no, you're not supposed to grow up. You know, we started it for 11-and-a-half-year-old kids who wanted to laugh and learn something about monsters and sci-fi and fantasy and so on.
Many of those kids that were influenced by the magazine are now making their own significant contributions to the horror and sci-fi genres. And some, like director John Landis, turned up the con to pay their respects to Ackerman and their favorite childhood reading material.
Famous Monsters was an interesting magazine, especially for a young kid, because it didn't just have articles on actors. It had articles on makeup men, directors, producers, Ray Harryhausen, you know, animators, and so it was more about the actual filmmaking than most magazines.
The guys and ghouls who turned out for this convention were definitely into the subject matter. Some perhaps a little too much. Trust me, this guy has tattoos on parts of his body you don't need to see. And the many celebrities connected with the world of fantasy seem to enjoy meeting their fans.
It's a lot of fun, pleasant. I like people. You know, I might even get to like you.
Well, maybe Al Lewis isn't the best example.
It's special because we're all crazy, and we collect together because the world doesn't care about the things we care about, and if the rest of the world doesn't care, to hell with them.
Well, you would expect to see famous folks like Ray Bradbury or Ray Harryhausen at this convention. There were also some surprises among the crowd.
Boris Karloff was my favorite actor when I was a kid. I loved the genre, mystery and horror and science fiction, as a lot of kids do. And when I was first started high school, I produced for a short time a horror magazine called Shudder Magazine for the neighborhood kids. And so that was actually my first magazine.
For many, the highlight of the convention was the famous Monsters of Filmland Museum, which displayed perhaps the greatest collection of fantasy film props and memorabilia ever seen under one roof. Collector Bill Malone showed off some original artifacts from the set of the sci-fi classic Forbidden Planet.
And this is part of the Krell lab as well, which is the, what they call a Krell power panel. And then this is like stuff from the spaceship. Well, I think it's interesting here. Let me show you the back of this. You can see the level of work involved. I mean, this would take somebody a long time to make this stuff.
Other unnatural highlights of the museum included this little guy from The Day the Earth Stood Still, original models from King Kong, display busts of some of our favorite fiends, and the original robot from Lost in Space. The son of famous Monsters of Filmland Convention proved to be a huge hit with fans from as far away as Japan, as well as the celebrities who showed up to do some meeting and greeting. Now let's hope that the son of famous Monsters of Filmland Convention isn't far behind. A cutting-edge laboratory where you